The advent calendar of whiskies is just that gift that keeps on giving, because here we are with yet another one that, okay, I had actually seen a bottle, well, the bottle design anyway, on a Facebook group that I'm in, because it's really striking, but I couldn't read the font of it as I was flicking past my feed, so I didn't know what it was. It was a Kinglake. Anyway, well, here is a Kinglake whiskey, and this one has double the wood. And double of anything is always worth a shot. It's Kinglake double wood time. Shall we see? This is Whiskey Whiskey. I'm John Chidgey. Always remember to drink responsibly in moderation and where and when appropriate. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and visit engineer.network/whiskey, without the E, to see how you can support the show. Thank you. The distillery is located in the small town of Kinglake in central Victoria, home to about 2,000 people, which is relatively close to the Yarra Valley and about 55 k's northeast of Melbourne. It was established in 2018 by Chantal Daniels and Sam Lowe, and one of its defining features is that the distillery is completely off the grid. It's on a very rural property, with the distillery surrounded by mountain ash, messmate, and peppermint gum trees. Sounds lovely to me. Tasmania's well-known still manufacturer, Nap Lua, built their sole 2,500 litre copper pot still. The distillery gets its water from a spring, where water from Chiser Creek rises to the surface on the distillery's grounds. It's used totally unfiltered, and Chantal and Sam claim that the water's iron and calcium content is ideal for making distillate. Approximately 4/5 of their barley is farmed and malted in Aussie nearby New South Wales. Each of Kinglake's 6 fermenters holds 1,600 litres, and they each have their own individual cooling jackets for precise temperature control. They distill between 450 and 500 litres of new make spirit every week, and as of mid-2021 they are producing 12,500 litres annually, with plans to increase this to 20 kilolitres and in future potentially 50 kilolitres. Kinglake also uses longer than average fermentation times, and they don't enclose their washbacks, with the intention for the local pollens and yeasts to be absorbed into the mash from the surrounding environment. And speaking of the environment, in terms of sustainability, they donated 1/3 of their 50-acre property to Greenfleet to rewild it back to natural Aussie bushland. And they were the first Australian distillery to make a carbon-neutral whiskey. And a final note that they make about their distillation, think of it, as they say they leave their final cut very late, allowing it to run further into the tails or faints to add more character to their new make. They released their first single malt to the market in 2021. Righto, let's talk about the whiskey itself. The full-size version of this costs $110 Australian plus shipping for a 500ml bottle from the Kinglake website. So to correct that value, for comparison purposes, for a standard 700ml bottle, that's $164. You can also get it via Liquor Loot and Nix Online, but I couldn't find it in a bricks and mortar store. It has no age statement, a 46% ABV. It's unlikely that it's chill filtered, but I can't find anything definitive, and it's possibly coloured, possibly not. I can't tell, there's no information, so who knows. It's considered to be one of Kinglake's core range whiskies. Now forgive me just a bit of a rant for a second. When I'm trying to find out if a whiskey is chill filtered or not for Auskies, especially the ones that aren't sold into international markets, particularly Europe and Germany or Denmark, it's really hard to know for sure if it's been modified. Now there's no rules in Australia requiring that information has to be disclosed. Now I know from my own tasting, I can't tell if it's coloured by nose, taste, mouthfeel or finish, but I absolutely can tell if it's been heavily chill filtered or not. Lightly filtered, slightly chilly filtered like in Glendronach's, not so much. Someday though, we need to amend the rules in Australia on that point, I think. A lot of whiskey lovers would just like a heads up so they can make a more informed decision. Even though most people can't tell the difference or probably don't care, it's not always really the point. Anyway, rant over. Back to the whiskey. Double Wood is primarily aged in ex-bourbon American oak casks, but this one also has a portion of the whiskey blended in that was matured in French oak Portuguese ex-Tawny Port barriques, which are smaller barrel sizes around about the 225 litre mark. So far as ex-bourbon casks go, Kinglake famously intend to specialise in making single malts predominantly matured in ex-bourbon casks, rather than so many Auskies that are just matured in ex-wine casks. Their distillate, though, starts with a very interesting mash bill, if you'll indulge me just a little bit longer. They use approximately 4% of chocolate malt, a heritage barley malt, and Atlas Latrobe, which is an Australian equivalent of the European Maris Otter. And these three come from Voyager malts in New South Wales, plus approximately 25% of heavily peated malt that's imported from near the English-Scottish border. The Kinglake website doesn't break out tasting notes in a traditional way, so I took a bit of creative license and shuffled them into a more standard format for my benefit and for yours. On the nose, a hint of smoke and milk chocolate. On the palate, toffee, vanilla, caramel, soft tobacco, and leather. Mouthfeel is chewy and viscous, and the finish, there's no mention of the finish on their website. Not even buried in any of their PR spin. But that's okay. This has my interest well and truly piqued. Let's see. I would say that is a nice amber color. Not too dark, not too light. Watching for legs, and I can see them starting to form lots of little ones, and they are super slow running. Now that's a good sign. It probably suggests it's not chill filtered. And given the lightness of that, now that it's in the Glencairn glass, it's probably not colored either. But I don't have any information to confirm or deny that. But let's see how it tastes and smells, shall we? Starting with the nose. Oh, I can smell that peat. It's gentle. It's like a light floral peat. It's almost like a Highland peat, more than an Isla peat, that's for sure, I'd say. English-Scottish border, makes sense it's inland. I am definitely smelling milk chocolate on that. I'm also getting some toffee and some caramel and some vanilla. More caramel than vanilla on the nose. Alright, let's see how this tastes. Whoa, that's not... Whoa, that's not what I expected. That is... Oh, you can almost chew on that a little bit. Goodness me. Oh, color me surprised. That's... Alright, so it's a little bit buttery. It's got a nice mouthfeel. I didn't expect something that's out of a non-age statement. Honestly, generally non-age statement whiskies don't have this kind of mouthfeel. It's just kind of nice. Oh, wow. And there's a little bit of smoke on the finish too. Gee, that's pretty damn good, eh? Wowzers. That's not bad at all. It's a gentle peat too. I don't mind a gentle peat sometimes. When I'm beginning to enjoy peat more, and I like a stronger peat, but this is still good. Now I'm getting some tobacco on the, maybe even slightly leathery. Geez, those are actually pretty decent tasting notes. Oh god, that's nice. That's it's got a nice oaky burn to it. It's not too strong. Oh, yeah, and that taste, the palate develops, like it starts out with a nice soft caramel, a bit of vanilla, and then toffee kind of takes over, and get a little bit of that tobacco, and it follows it up with a smoky finish. Gee, that's all right, eh? Honestly. I haven't found too many Australian whiskies that can kick that mouthfeel goal. That's pretty damn impressive. And the finish is moderate, I would say, moderate length. And you can chew on this a little bit. Well, hello. Not minding this at all, people. Geez, I wonder if there's a slight bit of eucalypt in that, actually. I like you very much. Not bad at all. If you look at the 700ml, which you have to be fair, for the whiskey cost and the volume, it is a 3 for cost. It is stretching the budget a bit, but this just may well be worth it. In terms of the quality, first of all, this is easily a 3. Is it a 4? I mean, I gotta admit, I giggled a bit because it caught me off guard. It really caught me off guard. I did not expect this to be this nice. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I just haven't come across too many Oskies that kick that mouthfeel goal, and I wasn't expecting that out of a NAS whiskey. But geez. They have done a really good job with this. But does it make me giggle a heck of a lot? Probably not. Jeez. Man, this is good. I'm going to stick with a 3. It's a high 3. It's a very high 3. And for that price, I mean, it's a yellow. But my goodness, if you can get a bottle of this is good stuff. Wow. Well, Kinglake, single wood, double wood. I don't care. Whatever you want to call it. This is good stuff. Cheers. See you next time. Oh, that's delightful. I like it.